A lot of people suffer from foot-and-mouth disease, and sometimes so do our favorite actors. As Kate Winslet has come together with James Cameron to work on another movie, the media has had a field day bringing up what she said post-Titanic. The reason all of it is getting so much attention is that these two haven't collaborated since then, and it's been a good 20 years now. Let's find out more. First off, what exactly did she say? Well, we all know that Titanic was a massive hit, and it changed Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet's life. They got pushed into stardom, and yet she had some interesting things to say once they were done. She said, "He has a temper like you wouldn't believe. You'd have to pay me a lot of money to work with Jim again." Ouch, that's gotta sting. Apparently the director was quite tough with everyone on the set, and that terrified the actress. There was a lot of yelling, and from what we can figure out is that he wanted everyone to give their 100%. To be honest, it couldn't have been easy either. This was a massive movie with a cast of almost 172 people and a pretty large crew. These two coming back together sounds quite promising to us, and we do think that something she said all those years ago is being blown out of proportion. Everyone's forgetting that these were the views of a 20-something actress who definitely had to shoulder a lot during filming. She has clarified that it's not how she feels now, and that she doesn't stand by the statement made earlier. The actress was clear that a lot of things got twisted back then, and that she thinks now is the time to clarify, because she's certain she'll be heard now. It sounds like she feels she was misreported, and since that happens a lot with celebrities, we can give her this one. Next up, how does she feel about it now? In her recent appearance on the Graham Norton show, she explained that she was quite young back then, and anything good she'd ever said about the director was purposely ignored. She said that it was easier to communicate now, and we agree. Celebrities can take to social media to instantly destroy any story being made up about them. They've got a direct line to their audience, and that's pretty brilliant. She praised the director by calling him extraordinary and talked about how his stories have the potential to completely mesmerize the audience. She also talked about the work environment, describing it as collaborative and experimental, which makes us think that James gives his actors a lot of room to work in. No wonder his movies turn out to be so amazing. The actress felt that she walked away thinking she could keep doing this over and over again. And sure, we've all been there, when we found something too hard, but once it was over and we saw what we'd achieved, the hard work made sense. It would be best to put the drama to rest. Neither of them are the same people, and it would do the media well to stop creating hype around something that's no longer relevant. Coming up, how did she survive on set? Well, it was tough while they were shooting, and aren't we all a little bit curious about how she coped? Because honestly, if we were so young and someone yelled at us, we'd be running out of the door for sure. But this girl had someone who helped her get through the rough shoot. It was Leonardo DiCaprio. He and Kate have been great friends all these years, and it was on the set of Titanic that they really connected. She said that she has always been able to laugh with him, and that he's quite a humble guy. She sees him as a brother, and that's why our dreams of them becoming a couple have never been fulfilled. Both the director and the actress agree that her relationship with the actor was what helped her do so well in the film. Leo has talked about this too and said that they were partners on set. He helped her power through, and it became a win for them all. This was the movie that changed their careers for the better. Can you imagine how close she must have come to giving up? And imagine if she had. Could we have ever loved another Rose as much as we do her? It is absolutely impossible. No one could ever be as iconic as her, and the two of them made such a solid couple, it would have never worked without either of them. Now, we know why they are so fond of each other. Now for, what did she find the hardest about the movie? Looking back at the sort of movie it was, with so many water scenes, it must have been super tough. It's not like they had the sort of technology that they have now. So we decided to look up what Kate found to be the hardest bit about the filming, and you guys are not going to believe it. She said it was mastering the accent. Of all the things she could have struggled with, getting the American accent right topped the list. Can't say we don't find this to be a little underwhelming, but then again, it's probably quite difficult for an American to master the English accent as well, no? The actress had a proper dialect coach to help her get through it all, but there were times when she wanted to give it all up and not care what she sounded like. Honestly, we can't even imagine putting so much work into anything. It's one thing to be dealing with harsh conditions on set, remembering lines, and getting emotions right, imagine having to do this consciously while paying attention to your pronunciation too. It's a lot of work, and this has put things in perspective for us, especially when it comes to what the actors make monetarily. Moving on, James Cameron reacts to this statement. To start with, he understands that she was traumatized. Well, by the sound of it, he doesn't hold any grudges. He explained that Kate came out of Titanic a bit scared, even though it was insanely successful. The harshness of the work had definitely caught up to her. He said that it was the scale of the movie that she was a part of, and the fact that she had the main lead, of course. The pressure on her and Leo was immense. They were the face of the movie, and she was fairly new on the scene. Add to that the fact that James was a bit of a tough love guy. Things must have become quite difficult for the actress. While he understands that, he added that it's not like they've actively avoided working together since then. In fact, the two have talked about collaborating over the years, and he'd like to see where both of them stand now. We do get that all of it was hard for the actress, but we have to point out that it wasn't a walk in the park for the director either. Cameron had written the story and was producing as well as directing it himself. No wonder the guy was under pressure with the studio breathing down his neck. And this was a super high budget film. You know what, guys? This makes us feel quite bad for the man. But the film turned out to be a blockbuster hit, so there's that. Not to mention, he's admitted his mistakes. The director didn't evade responsibility and agreed that things were tough on the set, although he added that things are quite different now, after almost 20 years. Even the actress has said that he's mellowed down quite a bit. He's also explained that long shoots often become like sieges, since everyone's been together for months on end. Earlier on in 2012, he talked about the actress's complaints about the movie and said that he had to cut her some slack because it was their effort that made all the difference. He also said that while he understood it, he didn't necessarily agree with her point of view, and honestly, that's totally okay. The fact that he acknowledges her experience says a lot about the man, don't you think? The thing with James Cameron is that he's notorious when it comes to perfection. The man's got a vision, and he wants things to turn out exactly as he wants. Winslet isn't the only one who's had issues with the director on set. He has had most of his actors in very uncomfortable situations. In fact, Ed Harris almost got into a physical fight with the director on the set of Abyss, when the actor almost drowned during a shot while the director continued to film. See, that's the kind of thing that's reckless and wouldn't encourage actors to take a chance on him. We do hope he's learned his lesson and no longer puts his actors through hell for the perfect shot. Finally, we have Kate and James collaborated on? Guys, it's taken them 20 years to get here, but these two are now officially involved in the making of Avatar: The Way of Water. It is the first of 4 sequels that the director plans to release every other year until 2028. What's insane about this film is that Kate had to put in a lot of work into this. The woman had to learn to free dive, and this is the really crazy thing, she had to breathe underwater for almost 8 minutes. No, we aren't kidding. Respect, everyone. We have so much respect for her. We bet this took her all. 8 minutes is a mighty long time. We've got no news on how much the actress actually charged to work with Cameron again, but it does seem like their relationship has improved a great deal since the last time. Kate explained that she felt super involved in the process and felt like it was a collaborative effort. We do think that the best way to go about it is to get actors on board. Once they see what the director's vision is for the whole thing, it's easier for them to align their goals with his, or at least that's how we feel. But that's going to be a wrap for this video, my friends. Do you think Kate Winslet's clarification makes sense and that Cameron is a changed man? Let us know in the comments below. Please make sure to give this video a thumbs up while you're down there, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel and press that bell icon for the latest information and news like this. We'll see you in the next one.